0, all engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
I just got off a 17-hour flight. And I'm sitting there thinking, take a day off. No one will know. But I keep on thinking too, there's always someone out there who's working harder than you. I'm haunted by that motherfucker. Knowing that someone out there is willing to forgo personal desires and comforts, forgo sleep, forgo whatever it takes to be better, to be the best. In life, a lot of times, a lot of us have that person out there. There may not be a name or a face to him, but he exists. You make sure in life when they think about that person, you make sure they put a name and a face to it. You make sure the name and face is yours. You do the haunting. Get in somebody's head. Own space. In those times when you want to quit, because we're all human, you make sure you remember one thing. All those times and hours and days you sacrifice to be the best. Stay hard.
Yeah. Oh, you, buddy.
I like this book because if you ever need some motivation or you think that you're working as hard as you can, if you watch him, you realize you ain't doing shit.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna kick you in the dirt and let you know you ain't doing shit. Mm-hmm. He even says in one of these videos that everybody thinks they're a hard worker. You don't work hard. Right. Yeah. He talks about that like entitlement aspect too. Like, man, I worked so hard this whole week. I've been going to the gym all week. Now I can reward myself. I can get this. I can down this whole damn pizza or beer or whatever it is. Like you've earned something.
That's kind of like his one of his main ideas is the 40% rule. Like, you think you're doing as hard as you can, but you're actually only putting out 40%. Mm-hmm. And you gotta train yourself to ignore your brain telling you to stop. And he talks about how everybody has a governor, and your body's trying to hold you back and stop you, and it's probably to stop you from getting injured, but he just pushes through the shit and hurts himself every time.
Yeah. Yeah, did you hear him talking about, I don't know what it was on, Rogan's podcast maybe, where he's talking about when he first started lifting, when he was real heavy, he started lifting, and he would just do like 200 reps of a bench press or something, real lightweight, would just do like a couple hundred reps, and then just go from that and do 200 curls or something like that, real lightweight. He's like, I didn't know anything about getting injured. I didn't care. I just kept going. I like his first ultra marathon, 100-mile race. He said that he made it like 60-something miles, and then he sat down in a blue fold-up chair next to his wife, and he just started pissing blood down his leg and shitting all over himself. Yeah. But then after all of that, he got up and he finished the 30 miles and made it 100 miles.
He said he had to hide the diarrhea all over him because if his wife seen him, she would have pulled him out. She was a nurse. Yeah. And I guess after the race, she helped him into the car. They got him into a bathtub, and they were telling him, like, we need to call a doctor. And he was like, no, give me the phone. And he called the guy that put on that race and said, hey, I did it. Yeah, basically after he finished that, they were saying he's probably going into kidney failure. But he didn't want to go to the doctor because he wanted to feel the pain. He didn't want to get painkillers. He wanted to enjoy the pain.
And then I think like a week or two after that, the Las Vegas Marathon, his wife was running in it, and his mom, and he said, well, I can't run. I'll just walk with my mom. He said the gun went off, and he just booked it. He ended up qualifying for the Boston Marathon.
Yeah. The dude's crazy. I mean, he's obviously athletically gifted, but mentally, he's as strong as anybody I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Like, he talks about running on broken shins and stuff and just running hundreds of miles.
Yeah. So what did the book talk about? Like, I mean, he's hinted at, he had like maybe an abusive stepfather or something like that. But what?
It was his real father, biological father.
Okay.
His dad was kind of like an entrepreneur. He owned skate land. He made all of his David and all of his siblings work there all night, and then they'd have to get up for school and be falling asleep and shit.
Mm-hmm.
and he was just real brutal. He beat on his mom.
Well, half the time they didn't even go to school, did they?
No, they missed a
That's
lot.
what we said.
And basically, he told one story where he got a real bad ear infection. He was just laying in bed crying, and his mom came in and seen that there was blood coming out of his ear. His dad wouldn't get him health insurance because he wanted to save the money. So she just got up, took the kid, and like he started to chase her to stop her. And I don't know how much it cost him, but on the way home they said they rode home in silence because they knew what was coming, and he like beat the shit out of his mom as soon as they got home.
Ugh.
They basically ended up escaping to her parents' house. Like a neighbor lady helped her and stuff, and he chased them down trying to find them and shit. He was just crazy, a dickhead. His mom actually had a few plans to murder him because she thought she used to answer the door when he'd come home with a .357 in her hand, like trying to get the courage to just shoot this guy.
Damn.
And then I guess her brother raised, I think, German Shepherds, and there was a plan to basically release the Shepherds on this guy. That's how bad she wanted out, was just to kill him.
Wow. I mean, he hints at it a little bit in, his other podcast episodes, but I didn't know it was to that level.
I mean, yeah, and he dealt with some racism and stuff too, but the main part of his childhood was just his father.
So, I mean, that had to have played a huge factor in like the psyche of. I mean, it's almost like he enjoys pain.
He does. He talks
kind of
about
craves
it.
it.
Calls himself a masochist, or however you say it. Yeah. Like I said, he didn't want to go to the doctor to get painkillers. But I mean, the book is kind of just a biography on his life. It talks about that, and then in school, like Travis said, he didn't go to school that often. So when he did, he didn't know anything, so he had to cheat on all the tests. And then when it came time to take the ASVAB to get into the military, he failed like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, he took it 3 times. I think the first time I wanted to say he got a 15. No, the first time he got a 20. And then the second time he took it, he got a 15. His score kept getting lower.
And so he joined the Air Force, I believe, first, and then did his 4 years, and then got a job as an exterminator, and he weighed 295. He said every night he would go and get a big chocolate milkshake and then go and get donuts. Said he was popping them like Tic Tacs. And he was at home taking a shower, and he heard a Navy SEALs commercial come on. He got out of the shower and was watching it, and I guess that's what clicked in him. He wanted to be the best. So he had to lose 106 pounds in 3 months. But that's not even what he was concerned about. He was concerned about passing the ASVAB. Like, he knew he was going to make the weight, I guess. And he said the first day he started off trying to run, I think it was 6 miles, weighing 295.
On day one?
Yeah. And he said basically them 3 months, all it was either working out, starving, and studying. And he still barely passed the ASVAB.
Then he did Hell Week, 3 times when he got in there?
Yeah, he had to restart Hell Week the first time because he got real bad pneumonia. And the second time, I think that's when he broke his shin, basically. But he was still, like, pushing forward it, and they pulled him out. And then the third time he tried it, it actually got cut short because another guy in the class got pneumonia and actually died in the pool and drowned.
Wow.
But after Hell Week, you get, I think it's 3 weeks of, they call Walk Week, where you kind of recover and everything, and you just study. Well, he was still beat up from Hell Week, like his legs were all messed up. And then since they cut Hell Week short, they cut Walk Week to like, I think it was only like 48 hours or something. He never had time to recover. Then right back in it. But somehow he pushed through it this last time. They basically told him it was his last chance. I think when he first started out, he didn't even know how to swim. Like he self-taught himself.
He talks about that a lot. He's like, I get a lot of shit for saying this, but he's like, I was only like, it was like in the 20th, black dude that had made it as a Navy SEAL. He's like, He's like, we just have a different bone density, and it makes us.
Yeah.
We're just not as buoyant.
Yeah, he says he's negatively buoyant all the
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about like all these. They had to do, I think they were called dolphin kicks. So basically, your arms are tied behind your back and your feet are tied together. You just got to kick and stay above water. He said all these white dudes look like they were just like barely trying and coming way out of the water to their chest, and he's taking in water, basically drowning to death.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got broken shins while he's doing these dolphin kicks.
You still have them all duct tape up, trying to.
He said he couldn't duct tape him because he was in the pool.
I mean, that'd be absolutely terrifying. I mean, that'd be like if I had a requirement to go walk through a room full of snakes or something. I mean, I couldn't do it.
No, I hate snakes.
Devil's creature, man.
So yeah, then there's what they call Dev Crew or SEAL Team 6, like the team that killed Bin Laden.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like the top team of the Navy SEALs, and he tried to get into it. He kind of blamed it on some, kind of like he didn't fit in with them. He thought that's maybe why he could never get in, but finally he just said, fuck it, I'm going to go to Army Ranger School, which is like just as hard as Navy SEAL training. He went and did that, became Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and then later even became some kind of special forces in the Air Force.
So I didn't know you could cross-pollinate like that.
Yeah, they had to give him some kind of waiver to do it.
So he was all three of those
Yeah.
simultaneously?
Well, he did all the training. I think after he did the Army Ranger training, he worked with the Army Rangers for a while. I mean, obviously you can't do all three at the same time, but it sounds like he just kind of switched back and forth because he eventually went back to the Navy SEALs.
Here's a short paragraph on his military career. It says, Goggins initially applied to join the United States Air Force Pararescue. Goggins failed his ASVAB twice before succeeded in entering into the pipeline. During the training, he had been diagnosed with sickle cell trait and was advised to stay home for a week. When he had returned to the doctor after a week, he had been told that he could return to training, but the commander said he would have to do it all over again. He decided not to. He then proceeded to serve as a member of the United States Air Force Tactical Air Control Party, also known as TACP. After completing successful training, starting from 94, Goggins served his time until 99 and left the United States Air Force. Then, after 3 attempts, Goggins succeeded in graduating from BUDS. In 2001, was assigned to SEAL Team 5. Goggins served in Iraq in 2004, graduated from Army Ranger School with the distinction of enlisted top honor man. So he did do it all.
Part of the reason he decided to go to the Army Ranger School is because the Navy, he kind of says the Navy SEALs were acting soft. Like, they got through BUDS, and then, like, people were just hanging out, skipping workouts and stuff. And then they made him, like, some kind of leader over the group. He was in charge of, like, their exercises. So he tried to make it, like, Hell Week, like, running crazy, just beating them down and stuff, and a bunch of them just quit. And there was only, like, him and one other guy that was still doing his training.
So the dude's doing all this, and he has sickle cell.
Not only that.
So what? I mean, what are like the symptoms of that? I mean, what?
Sickle cell trait?
Yeah.
Altitude is the issue. Something with your blood.
Oh, here. Describes a condition in which a person has one abnormally.
Oh, big word.
We got some big words. Abnormal allele
Alleles?
of son of a bitch. Homoglobin beta gene, but does not display the severe symptoms of sickle cell disease that occurs in a person who has 2 couples of that. Those are, yeah, so that doesn't really tell me.
Yeah, so I think he was a carrier. He didn't necessarily have the full-blown sickle cell.
I don't know what the symptoms are, though.
I'm looking for it. Signs and symptoms. Because of the fucking shit. Symptom of potential sickling collapse is cramping. It's cramping. specifically to sickle cell trait. Cramping occurs in the lower extremities and back in athletes undergoing intensive physical activity or exertion. Comparison to heat cramps, sickling cramps are less intense in terms of pain and have weakness and fatigue associated with them.
So, I mean, I wonder if it's something similar to like guys that just get sports cramps, when they're not as hydrated or something. Because, I mean, I've seen guys that, they're not even, some guys that I've seen, like, they're not even like really dogging it that much, but, especially if it's hot or something, and then they, you get cramps and it'll just buckle a guy.
Well, yeah, from this comes slowly following cramps, weakness, general body aches, and fatigue. So it almost sounds like you just get hit with like almost the flu without like the puking.
What's the bottom sentence about a collapse?
A collapse can be prevented by taking steps to ensure sufficient oxygen levels in the blood.
Yeah, I knew there was something about oxygen with it. Because I remember, doesn't Geno Atkins have sickle cell? They were talking about one of them when they were going to Denver, an altitude. It was going to affect him somehow.
I hadn't heard that, but that would make sense. So he's running these crazy races at the same time. Now I really want to know if he's just a carrier of it or if he's like feeling these symptoms, because that's a whole nother level.
Well, he has to be feeling them because they kept him home. They made him stay home for a week in training.
Oh,
and that was like he was jumping out of airplanes and diving and stuff, and your oxygen levels going up and down. So, I mean, he was kind of basically in the worst possible spot.
So he's doing all that with this. He's broken shins, still went with it. And, I mean, this is later on, but then he ended up having that congestional heart defect. He ended up having a hole in his heart. Had to get that, had a heart surgery, twice?
Yeah.
Almost 3 times. And they almost had to break open his ribs the 3rd time.
Basically, the hole was, like, in the center of the heart. So, like, one side of your heart has the used oxygen, like, and then the other side has the new oxygen. So, like, it was just dumping into each other. So he was running on, like, half oxygen compared to everybody else. And he found that out after he started running ultra marathons.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they tried to mesh or something, and he ended up blowing that out.
Yeah, when you're running that much and you're experiencing pain that nobody else can even relate to, you can't just go WebMD your symptoms because you just ran 100 miles with duct tape shins.
Well, he's an outlier too,
right? So I mean, he probably is thinking like some of these things that he's feeling are just normal.
Yeah,
he doesn't even realize that he's getting half the oxygen. Well,
he said his normal resting heart rate is 30, which most athletes is like 50.
These races are anywhere between 50 and 100 plus miles. Just in 2007, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He did 14 ultra races. That includes a 48-hour race, a 135-mile race. And if you look at the dates, January, he did one in January, beginning of February, 2 in March, April, May, June, July, August, 3 in September, 2 in November.
Like his body doesn't even recover, ever.
And see, his first ultra marathon that people should be laid up for six months at least from this, he did in November 1st, 2005. He did his next one January 14th of 2006. 2 months later, he did another one.
That Leadville up in 2007, the Leadville 100.
Yeah.
That's like 12,000 feet above sea level. It's like up in mountains and stuff. So that sickle cell was probably killing him on that.
You're going up and down mountains.
Yeah.
And what David Goggins, he's 44, 45 now. In 2019, he did another 100-mile race.
Yeah, that was the one he posted on Twitter.
Leadville again.
Yeah.
He posted on Twitter that he had to go to the hospital midway through.
And he came back.
And he came back.
Yeah, that makes sense because his time is 22 hours and 55 minutes. And his normal time, it looks like, is around 11 hours, 12 hours.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't him that posted. It was like somebody posted for him. Like, unfortunately, David has to go to the hospital. Whatever. I forget what was going on. His kidneys, maybe. What?
Well, fuck that. In 2007, he did a 100-mile race. It took him 27 hours, and it looks like he has another 27 hour in 2007. 2019, going to the hospital, he did 22 hours.
He was
Wow.
moving.
Stay hard. And then in every one of his videos, his Facebook videos, his YouTube videos, his minute-long inspirational speech, he's doing some kind of exercise. Doesn't get winded at all. Doesn't
No.
stop. Like, it's insane.
He's out there running somewhere right now.
He probably is. He's probably been up for 7 hours.
What gets me is like he'll talk about, I got up this morning, I didn't want to run. I stared at my shoes for 20 minutes, tried to think of every excuse, and then he'll go run 40 miles just on a training day.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something to just making yourself go, like get
Yeah.
out there. Because once you start, it gets easier.
Yeah, you kind of get into it as you get going. For me, it's getting upright. If I can get upright out of bed, then I'm good. But that last I just want to hit that snooze button one more time. Just want to lay here for 15 more minutes. That's all I needed. 15 more minutes.
Getting up and moving is the hardest part for me. If I get out of bed and I get moving, I'm good. Like, I'm golden for the rest of the day. It's just getting up.
Yeah, get upright, get the blood flowing, get going, and then you get into it quickly.
Here, we'll do another David Goggins minute here.
I get a lot of questions. People asking me for help. So I asked them, what have you done to help yourself? Most of them say, I've been working hard. I'm all about being your own fucking hero, but I'm not about kissing your ass. In life, a lot of us believe that we're working much harder than we actually are. We think if we fucking got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. You gotta drop your entitled mindset. It's dead weight. We believe we work harder than we actually have. Trust me, most of us haven't. The one thing in life you gotta realize is this. Learn to help yourself. Don't count on other people to help you. Stay hard.
Dig it.
That always gets me.
Yeah.
He's running through.
Stay hard.
Did he
middle
start a
of the desert.
podcast?
He should, if he has.
No, because he talks about it on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
How his book in between the chapters is like a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
somebody else reads the book and he jumps in the middle
I
of
see.
chapters.
That's kind of common. David Sinclair did the same thing. Had like a little mini podcast in between chapters.
But David Goggins probably couldn't. His throat probably couldn't handle him reading that book. Like, could you imagine?
He-
He'd be
he
yelling
would
the
get-
entire time.
he would get too into it.
When he talks, he sounds like a smoker. Like his voice is all
Yeah.
raspy and everything.
Because he's fucking yelling
Yeah.
most of his life. Because he talks a lot about how he has to try to be the person that he is right now. He's not this like go get it guy. He wants to lay in bed. He wants to not do anything. He don't like being around people. He has to make himself do this every day.
He's still that 295 guy
Yeah.
in his mind. Yeah, he ended up becoming a recruiter too.
Oh my God, how could you say no to this dude? I mean,
Yeah. Well, he was saying that he would go to these different colleges and schools and stuff, and he would have one of his races set up for that weekend. So, like, he would tell them, come out this race, see what I do, and it would kind of inspire him. And then one reason they got him to start recruiting is because, like you said, they didn't have hardly any African Americans.
mm-hmm.
So they started sending him to, like, the black communities trying to recruit and stuff.
Sure.
Because, I mean, what better athletes are there? I mean, just statistically, African Americans are athletes, the
Yep.
majority
Yeah.
of them.
Absolutely. No, he's next level inspiring.
Yeah, because like I never even heard about him until you guys mentioned him in a podcast not too long ago, and I've just been listening to him nonstop and nonstop. I literally listen to these videos while I'm lifting weights.
Oh, it'll get you.
Yeah. I love his story about when he's training and he was doing that chin up Guinness Book of World Records chin up challenge. He's doing 5 at a time, and you get done with your 5, you hop off for maybe 10 seconds, get back up, do 5
It
more.
was like a whole minute.
I don't think so.
That's what he said in the book.
Really?
He had to do like 5 a minute.
Oh. So yeah, he would do 5
Yeah.
and then take a break, and
But
then
it seems like you wouldn't get 4,000 in a day. But he had the math all figured out.
Yeah, he did like 4,030 or 4,060 in like
Yeah.
17 hours. And then his fucking hands afterwards.
Shredded.
Dude, there's a picture from his second one where it's just completely sliced.
Yeah,
open.
and you gotta think like that didn't happen in the last one.
No.
Like
No,
that's
no,
like
he's-
into it. He's
That's during the book. He talks. Well, the guy reads it, but he talks about like what he was going through. Like, and they kept trying to like tape his hands, tape the bar, and everything.
Yeah.
And like nothing was helping.
and that was like his third attempt, wasn't it? Because he
Well-
tried once or twice and failed.
His hands got tore up every
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah,
his chin ups like fingertips forward.
chin ups is this.
So that's what he did.
Pull ups is this.
way.
He did chin ups.
chin ups.
yeah.
That's
Chin ups
harder.
Chin ups suck.
Man, when we were at, I went on vacation with my little brother this past summer, and they had a challenge like on the boardwalk. If you can hang on a chin up bar for a minute, you win $100. You know, and my little brother's pretty athletic. He's like, I could do that, no problem. That what you don't realize is when you're hanging there for that long, like it puts so much stress on your fingers. It isn't like it's the pain of your fingers that makes you fall off, not like it's hurting your arms. It's the pain of your fingers. So it makes total sense why his hands were just
Yeah,
demolished.
because you only have 2 points of contact and you're holding up your entire body weight the entire
correct.
time.
Even if you don't have much body weight to
No,
support.
It's insane.
Yeah.
They say like well that too would be it, but they say like planking. You have a normal minute, then you have a planking minute.
Yeah.
It'd be the same way with that. You have a normal minute, then you have a chin up minute. Completely different amounts of time.
Yeah.
Well, the first time he attempted it, he was over 200 some pounds, and the guy that had beat or had the record only weighed like 150 or something.
His chin up challenge he did
Yeah.
over 200?
Yeah.
The
Oh
first-
my
The
god.
first one,
And
and
he
then
lost
I didn't
some
know
weight.
that.
and then that last the last time he beat it, what did he say? Like the last like 15 or 20 chin ups, he just talked shit to that
Yeah.
guy the entire time to the camera. I
Yeah.
didn't think I could do it. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Well, I like how he he hates listening to music while you're listening, but during that chin up challenge, he listened to the same
Rocky.
2-minute clip from Rocky.
Yep, round 14.
Yeah.
Actually, I think there's a video on his Facebook and he's talking over this song. There it is.
So I'm here, minding my fucking business, trying to relax. The driver has his playlist on mute, so he can't hear any music. Me and my girl are here talking. She glances over at the fucking playlist. What pops up? Fucking going the distance. It brings me back when I was 300 pounds, trying to lose fucking weight to get the Navy SEALs. My goal was to go out, I had a plan. My plan is to go out there and run 4 fucking miles. But guess what? Everybody's got a fucking plan so they can hit in the fucking mouth. That's for Mike Tyson. So when your plan fails, when those bolts and fucking laws get too heavy, when you get knocked the fuck down on the fucking canvas, when everything falls apart in your life and your plan is fucked up, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's only one motherfucking option. Stay fucking hard.
Yeah, let's go run.
That's another thing he says about the music stuff. He says, you listen to music, you gotta get yourself hyped up. What happens when you take those headphones off and some big motherfucker punches you in the mouth? You ain't got time to get those headphones.
Could you imagine that driver when he just starts screaming?
He's like, oh my god, what kind of animal do I have in the back seat?
Goggins is scary, man.
I'm ready to go run. Let's go.
But he even says, like, he repeats it in the Joe Rogan podcast. He said, people think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I don't like doing this shit. Like, but I do it.
He says he's not or he's no different. Goddamn it. He's not crazy. He's just different than you. He has a different mindset. I'm like, no, you're a little crazy.
Yeah, he also says nobody is genetically gifted. It's not in your genetics.
He's got something.
Yeah.
When his time comes, his brain needs analyzed. It's the pain that's unbelievable. The amount of pain that he can endure.
I mean, there's got to be some genetics when you're all broke down and you go qualify for Boston.
Yeah, that's insane. His time was like something insane. It was like 3.6 or something like that, and you need like a 3.11 or 3.17 or something to qualify. He did it without even trying.
Wait, so what does that math break down to? What is that?
It's like 3 hours and 6 minutes.
So I mean, what's your mile?
Oh, I have no
Pace.
idea. I don't even know how many miles the Las Vegas one is.
26.2.
Hang on.
Get the calculator.
But he said he didn't even realize
He was-
what
he
his
was
time
doing it,
was.
yeah.
He got to like the 10K point and realized, well, shit, I'm on pace
That's-
for Boston.
Little over a 7-minute mile. That is cooking.
And that's being hurt. Just doing a couple weeks prior doing an ultra marathon.
Can you do a 7-minute mile right now?
You're
I
not
could do
asking
one.
me.
I could do one.
I could, because last time I ran, my mile was a high 6.
That's
That's
cooking.
fast.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm around a mile, but I haven't cardioed in a while.
I could do 1, maybe 2 at
I ain't doing 2.
at 7 minutes.
Pushing yourself.
I mean, when I was in high school, that was like my cross country time, like at 7 minutes. Do that for 26 is balling.
There ain't no way.
And that's an average. So he might have a few 5-minute miles in there and a couple, 8-minute miles. But
And he doesn't even have a runner's build, really. He's big. Like, he walks around over 200 pounds
really?
most of the time. He
See,
might
I've
not be
been
now.
thinking he's 175, 180.
He might be now.
I think he fluctuates, because I think one of the podcasts, it was like 2017. He said he was like 190 something, but then the other one he said he was like 185. I think he
Yeah.
fluctuates.
But I mean, he's carrying probably like 5-6% body fat.
Well, I know the first one he did where he shit all over himself. He said he was over 200. He said he took his shirt off and he's around all these like college professor looking nerds. And here he is, a black linebacker running around.
But see, is that the one that he started? Because he started to run these because of that movie, was it Lone Ranger? Lone
Survivor.
Survivor.
Yeah.
The Lone Survivor movie, the Mark Wahlberg.
I haven't seen it.
Well, it's a military movie about these guys that get stuck out in the middle of nowhere at war. And there's only one guy that lives. I think there's 5 or 6 of them all together.
Mm-hmm.
He knew those guys. He was actually served with those guys. So he ran in honor of them and to raise money for their families. That's why he started doing this.
It's something for the forgotten.
Yeah.
He also knows American Sniper, too. He knew that guy.
Chris Kyle?
Yeah.
Chris Kyle.
Chris Kyle.
I read his book. That's a really good book, too.
Yeah, that would be good. But he knows like all the famous Navy SEALs. I guess there's probably not that many SEALs, but
I mean, you get to that level and there's only so many.
yeah.
Lonely at the top.
That lone survivor had a twin brother, I guess. And David's the one that actually gave him the news, like the whole team is MIA and expected to be KIA. And his twin brother just kind of looks at him and he said, "My brother's not dead." Like, he just knew it. And, like, everybody in the world thought they were dead. So he goes home to Texas. And the government comes and basically tells him, "We think he's been killed." And he said the guy told the government, he said, "Either you send guys over or I'm going myself and I'm finding my brother." And ended up a few weeks later actually finding his brother, the only one left in the middle of Iraq. I think it was Iraq.
I never heard that story.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, you need to watch that movie.
Yeah, I mean, the movie's Hollywooded up, of course.
Yeah, badly.
Yeah, badly. But you get the gist of it.
There's one part in the movie where Mark Wahlberg's rolling down this huge hill for like 5 minutes, just tumbling down this hill. I'm like, this doesn't.
But see,
seem right.
I read his book, too. That's a really good book, too. You get more of the facts. I mean, just like the American Sniper movie. That's so Hollywood the fuck up.
Yeah.
That was a good movie, though.
It was. I mean, it was closer to being accurate than the Lone Survivor movie.
What kind of dirtbag kills an American hero like that, too?
Oh, you talking about the guy that he wasn't in his right mind?
Well, that's true, too.
Yeah.
PTSD.
Yeah, that's why he was taking him out.
Yeah, because he worked with survivors of war and PTSD, and he took them out shooting and stuff.
The guy shot him in the gun range.
Terrifying, man.
I don't know. I don't think I could do half the stuff, even attempt half the stuff David Goggins does.
He, like we said last week, me and Brad have been doing this no cheat meal, no alcohol for 50-day thing. Like, listening to him makes me like inspired to do more challenges like that. Like always have something on your radar, you know, like, you know, we're thinking about after this, maybe we look at doing one of those mini triathlon or whatever, you know, I don't know if I could swim for shit. I think I can, but you know, just pushing yourself into an uncomfortable, you know, position, forcing yourself to do more.
Yeah, I think his main idea is just to avoid comfort, just constantly be trying to achieve something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He has good ideas. I just think he takes it a little bit to the extreme that the average person's not going to do. But
do you feel like he's missing a why a little bit? Like, why are you going so hard all the time? You know, like.
Oh no, he talks about that in the book all the time.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he says, like anytime he's really struggling, he asks, "Why are you here, motherfucker? Why are you doing this? Why are you putting yourself through this?" And he said, "Because I'm David Goggins. I'm the baddest motherfucker." And like, that's part, like, I guess in a way it's to get rid of the why. You don't want that. You don't need that question to get rid of all the bad negative thoughts in your head.
Well, here's one that he might talk about a little bit. It might make sense.
This is not a political statement at all. But this is one thing. When you make America tough again. When I was a junior in high school, I failed to go to the summer conditioning program for basketball. I was cocky. I thought I'd still make the team. First day of trials come. I'm out there balling out. I go look at the list the next day, who was on the cut list. I was on the cut list. Well, I hurt my feelings. I had to accept the fact that I hold myself accountable for not showing up. Nowadays, I hear they're trying to do undercuts. Cutting kids for sports. We're doing them an injustice. But we're trying to protect them from failure and from failing. Life does not do that. If you're not good enough, teach them how to be better. Teach their minds. Don't give them a trophy for just participating. Stay hard. Stay in the fight.
He titled that video all fucked up. That's not what I thought the video was about at all.
So his argument is that you shouldn't need a why.
I guess, like, his main thing is just battling his own mind. Because, like, your mind is always telling you to stop, find comfort, don't do this, don't go run.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that's what he's addicted to, is just battling his own mind and conquering his own mind.
I mean, there's nothing left for him to beat. So, you know, he's done all these ultra marathons. He's been at the top of every military branch in existence. So
I think that's why he did the pull-up challenge. He's just looking for anything else to punish himself.
Yeah.
Back when he was in the Navy, in the SEALs, him and this other guy, I think he called him Sledge, would do 1,000 pull-ups before lunch every day.
1,000.
Yeah.
How many did he do in that challenge?
4,030.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget. I wish I remember how much he said, but it was equivalent to like 300,000 pounds that he had lifted over them pull-ups, like adding his body weight that many times.
Yeah, that makes sense. 200 times 4,000. Whatever that is.
I don't know. At this point, though, like he can't tone it down. Like this is his moneymaker now. Like even if he were to think, you know what, fuck it, he's racking it in right now, just being him.
Yeah,
just being crazy.
Dude, I want you to find later on, because I don't know what exactly the time mark is. Somewhere around 28 minutes in in the Rogan podcast, where Joe says something about, you know, people think that there's a finish line and there's no finish line. And he has this maniacal laugh. He's like, hell no, there's no finish line.
Oh, yeah. Because they're talking about like a finish line in life. Like you get to like 65, like we're just working to get to 65 so we can retire.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan was even saying like it never stops. There's
Right.
no finish line. You think there's going to be a finish line, then you get there. There's not. Mm-hmm. There's still other shit you got to deal with.
I think I personally even get to that, like, I think once I get to this point, my life's going to be easier. And in that aspect, it is. But then there's something brand new that I didn't even see coming. Now I got to deal with this shit.
Right.
Life never seems to get easier.
No,
Just new hurdles.
Yeah, just different shit you got to deal with. Like the
So-
shit I deal with now, I didn't have to deal with when I was 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talks about that calloused mind.
Yeah.
That's got to be a term that only he speaks of. I've never heard that before.
Well, I think a lot of people would see him and think that he's just like a physical motivational speaker. But a lot of his stuff is just conquering your mind. And he even talks about how to do better at your job and school and anything
Studying,
like that.
whatever.
Like you can take everything, all of his advice and use it for whatever you need it to.
Yeah, that entitlement thing is, I forget which book we were talking about that. People have some sort of entitlement. I think it was the burnout episode, but I mean, that is the one where he can really show you, like, just because you've been working doesn't mean you can't keep working or turn it up that much more.
Yeah, I mean, even like just because you've been working don't mean you're owed shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's been working. Well, not everybody, but most people, they work. We get up, we go to work, we work 40 plus hours.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think you should be rewarded for that?
Right. Yeah, and you're out going to the bar on the weekend or whatever. What are you celebrating?
Yeah.
I just watched Chris D'Elia's stand up, and there's a funny bit he does about none of us are special. Like, he starts going off on people in the crowd. Like, nobody is special. You don't deserve anything. And nobody really does. There's at least some selfishness in everybody that feels like this is their world. And it's not.
Yeah, I mean, that's not to say like you shouldn't go out and like have fun and stuff like that,
Yeah,
but you don't deserve it. I mean, if you want to do it, do it. I mean, but don't go around, I did this, and this. I deserve this.
Right.
Well, come on now.
Yeah.
If David Goggins says he don't deserve shit, what makes you think you deserve shit?
He still considers himself like the grunt going into the military, like that hasn't achieved anything. And he actually said when he went to Ranger School why he liked it so much is your first day they strip all of your titles away. No matter what you did in the military before, you're a grunt coming in. And he said he loved it. He said there was no respect towards me. I was dirt, and I just had to deal with it.
But for me, at least, like reading up on him and listening to David Goggins, like it's helped me because I refuse to take a day off of lifting now. I literally lift 7 days a week now because he's in the back of my head now. Go stay hard. Like fuck.
Yeah.
He owns real estate in your mind now.
Yeah, he does, which isn't a bad thing because I don't like kill myself like he is. Because fuck, 33, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my entire life.
There's one part where he talks about taking souls, like using people for your motivation. And like one part he talks about if you're in a foot race and you're staying with this guy you've been with him for a few miles and you're both tired, you're both feeling the same pain. But if you can go one more step farther than him, you've taken his soul because you've proven that you can outlast this motherfucker.
Yeah, he talked about that in one of those videos a little bit that I played earlier.
And like just that mentality, just one more step than your competition.
This is a good one. I listened to this one. He talks about overcoming his fears.
So years ago,
Look at his fucking legs.
I was scared to death to fucking fly. So my mentality is this. If you're scared of something, learn about it. Figure it out to overcome it. So I went out and got lessons on how to fly. I'm up in the plane with a pilot. We hit some bad turbulence. And I freaked out. And the pilot said, there's one thing you can't ever do up here. And that's forget to fucking fly the plane. In life, it's a true statement. We have hard times. We hit turbulence. We fail. We fall on our ass. We have divorces. We have all kind of bullshit that happens. And we sit there and think about that one issue. And it's all we think about. And we forget to fly the plane. The plane is us. We forget to focus on everything in life. Our habits, our goals, our destination. And we end up failing. So stay hard.
See, really, I mean, he's nuts, but he's.
How many reps do you think he did in that episode? In that little one.
I think he's like. I think he's like 3 hours into this leg workout.
Yeah, he probably has 15 pounds on there, and he's just been doing it for the last 3 hours.
and he just got a thought, and he said, "Fucking record this."
Yeah.
But I mean, he's nuts, but he's smart. Like all that shit he says, it's not bullshit.
Yeah.
And he considers himself unintelligent as far as like school wise, but the dude knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's knowledge from personal experience, not knowledge from reading a book.
Yeah. I mean, who has more experience than a Navy SEAL that has been in overseas?
What's your guys' workouts like nowadays? Are you guys hitting a steady pace nowadays?
We're doing. We've been adding a minute each week to our elliptical time. We're up to next week will be 27 minutes on the elliptical, and then we then we lift for another probably half hour, 45 minutes. Let me get out of there.
How many days a week are you guys doing it?
We do 4 days, and then we go 1 day on the weekend and do a long set. Well, we're just now starting that.
So you're just kind of doing a full body on the weekend?
No, on the weekend we do a really long session because we're training for this. You know, I'm doing a half marathon. He's doing the 10K. So we want to build ourselves up for a long period. So we did an hour this morning on the elliptical.
That's pretty good, though. I'm trying to stay away from cardio. I don't want to cardio.
I want to shed a bunch of weight and then kind of lay off the cardio. But
I'm trying to get thick.
We're trying to slim down.
I don't know. I miss back in high school feeling like you had an unlimited tank, like you could just run forever. I miss that. I want my cardio back to where it was, or better.
Yeah.
Like when we were running cross country, I felt like I could just go all day. I mean, you're tired after the race, but I mean, if you were out playing around or something,
Right.
never got tired. Now I'm tired doing anything.
So you're not doing any cardio at all?
Well, I'm doing some cardio. I'm just not like running miles or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll do like full body workouts, like 45 minutes, and like I'm drenched at the end. Like I'll do like one I'm doing. It's how do I start it? It's 10 sets, and I use about 50 pounds on a easy bar. About 10 sets of or 10 reps of the rows. Then go into military. Then go into a squat.
Oh, just straight into it?
Yeah, just straight into it. Then go into curls, then do the triceps, and then do the reverse curls. Rest for a minute, then go again. You do that 4 times.
So how many lifts did you just say? Was it like 5 different?
It's like six different lifts.
Ooh, I like that.
10 reps.
And it's all the same weight?
It's all the same weight, 10 reps. And then you rest for a minute at most, and then you do it again. You do it 4 times, and you're fucking dead afterwards.
So you're doing like high intensity.
On that, when I do that, yeah. I try to do that at least once a week, possibly twice a week.
So are your like other leg workout and stuff? Are they like a similar setup to that or no?
The leg workouts are just going to be straight squatting, and then I'll do some like calf raises, and then just some leg raises on the pec deck. But I haven't been hitting legs really, really hard, but that's going to change this upcoming week, which I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah,
because I hate leg day. I like chest day, back day, triceps, biceps. I fucking hate leg day.
It's hard to motivate yourself for leg day.
I know.
I don't know why. In a way, it doesn't feel like you're going to go lift.
No, because you're putting yourself through pain. That's all legs is. Because it's a different sore than your chest or your arms. And when your legs are sore,
you can't fucking walk, man. That's
Goggins would say that's the one that you need to focus on the most. Then
I know.
The one that you hate
to work the day after leg day, and you're just fucking dragging your legs.
See, when I used to lift a lot, I worked at a warehouse. Now at least I work in an office, so I just got to make my way up to the 3rd floor and sit in that rolly chair, and I'm good for the rest of the day. I don't know. I think as you get older, when it's harder to work out and get yourself healthy, that's when you do it the most. I feel like right around like late 20s, early 30s is the prime when people start really getting into it. When if they would have started when they were 21, 22, you probably could have worked out twice a week and been stronger, bigger.
That's probably true. I was talking to a friend of mine that we were realizing that when you're in high school and you're, you know, like for us, we all played sports and stuff. We looked at running as a punishment. And so when you get out and you're in college, at least this was the case for me, I was like, I'm not running. Why the hell would I run? Or even, you know, I don't think I went to the gym hardly at all when I was in college. Looking back, I was like, why did I not take advantage? But
No, I don't. I know in my early 20s I never worked out. Never. When I was a teenager, I never worked out.
mm-hmm.
I worked out when I was going when I was 23. I lost like 100 pounds. Was doing good. If I would have stayed with it, I'd probably be jacked now. But here I am.
Yeah, but you're going to be back. And now you get this beautiful opportunity because you have a weekly progress photo.
I know. That's what I was telling my wife. Like, if I stick with this, you're going to literally see me shrink.
Yeah, well, just you don't even
Travis
need to
will be getting bigger.
No, that ain't no shit. Go back and watch like the episode with Dane, and then like watch this episode. You don't realize how out of shape you are until you start getting in shape.
True. I'm looking forward to the size of my head shrinking again. All of my weight goes to my face.
See now, you guys are training for the marathon. I'm like training for like deadlift competitions. I don't do good in those marathons. My legs are short.
Well, it's like we were kind of talking about. It's good that you have like a why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a why. Plus, I want to look good naked.
That's
a big
always a
why.
plus.
That's always
Yeah.
a big why.
Yeah.
See, you guys, have you ever thought about trying like the Savage Race?
Yeah.
I did that. It wasn't last year's, year before. I did that. It's fucking brutal, but there's a little fun aspect in it
Yeah.
too. It helps.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just continuously running the whole
No,
time.
it's like I think it was like 6.6 miles, and there was like 22 obstacles. I'm wanting to say, but like the obstacles will beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a little fun.
It breaks
mixed
up
into
the
it.
monotony of just pounding your legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like different types of pain. Like I remember the first obstacle, you ran like half a mile, and you jumped in this big like pool almost that was filled with ice water. So your body, because it was like in June when we did it, so your body went from 90 degrees to like negative temperatures.
I feel like that's a heart attack waiting to happen.
Yeah.
there was
Pneumonia.
yeah, there was ambulances and stuff hanging out around there. But yes, races like that, I'm into doing. Like the swimming thing, there ain't no fucking way I can do that. You've seen me swim. I don't. Can I doggy paddle
That's why you should do it.
so I can fucking drown?
Dude, you need to read Goggins' book then. Talk about these dolphin kicks, man.
I'm not buoyant. I don't know, like maybe the flying pig, maybe that one, just a straight marathon.
Mm-hmm.
But the triathlete stuff, fuck.
I want to do a marathon someday just to say that I did one.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'd like to add that.
Just a feather in your hat.
If I get this half marathon in the book in May, I feel like it'll start looking realistic.
Is
That's the thing. Is like things like a full triathlon like seem like totally out there, but then if you build like, you know, I did the 10K last year, which isn't a huge step, but that, you know, before I wasn't thinking anything about a half marathon. So you kind of like open up your mind to
That's your mind telling you can't do shit.
true.
and it's an easy excuse not to do it. You're thinking like, I can't do that. I'm not going to do it. Because my biggest thing was I never thought in my life like abs. Like I've never had abs. Like that's impossible. You know, my diet ain't right. That was just always an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have abs now.
Yeah.
And I could have had them a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I just used that excuse. And I feel like people use that excuse like the triathlon thing. Like it seems like it's out there. But I bet you if you tried it, you'd do a lot better than you
Right.
think you could.
Yeah.
It's crazy how your mind fights you on like anything you want to do. Like that you want to accomplish, your mind is like, well, yeah, but what about eating this burger or just
Right.
sleeping in today? It's almost like we're
it's
all,
like it's like you gotta fight your body and your mind.
The food thing is my hardest part.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
this 50-day challenge that we're on, the food is way harder for me than the alcohol.
food's not my problem.
Yeah, see, we're just the
Yeah.
opposite.
See, I want nothing more, especially on the weekends, to just go and just get a pizza somewhere.
Same.
Get some nasty sloppy sandwich somewhere. I'm tired of eating chicken.
Right.
Like, ugh.
That's where rewarding yourself comes in.
I'm not allowed. Stay hard.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's cool with you guys doing the straight no cheats, because everybody thinks, well, I did this all week. Friday's my cheat day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's going to fuck you up.
The first
Absolutely.
Friday we did it, I was struggling. I wanted a beer so goddamn
Yeah,
bad.
well, the very first week that we were doing this, my entire office was going to a bar for a winter social. I was like, oh,
Yeah. And it was Super Bowl weekend.
yeah, Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so
I had to go to a brewery to watch a band, and I was fucking sitting there with
How many days are you guys into this?
we're at 33 days left, I think. So
Around.
17 days in.
Yeah.
Especially that's a long 17 days.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a ton, but
It's went by fast, I think.
yeah, I think it's.
I'm trying to think.
I got a countdown.
I'm trying to think when I started actually dieting. I think it was around Christmas. So I'm about a month and a half in.
I think another part
33
that
days.
discourages people is they don't see results as fast as they think. But also,
Yes.
part of the reason you don't see the results is because you're really not putting in your full effort.
See, that's another thing. Like, that's why I always quit. I didn't see the results I wanted because I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
I finally said, fuck it, this past time, put 2 feet in, and I'm seeing results.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like just not too long ago, there was like this common notion of like, just jump on the diet Atkins for a little while and then watch these 6-minute ad videos and you'll be there and that's fine. No, it's, you got to change up your entire lifestyle to
You
really be healthier.
You can't, unless you have some crazy fucking genetics, you're not going to get there by doing 6-minute ab workouts.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to the finish line mentality. Like, once I get here, if I stay on this diet until I get to my goal weight, then I'm good. I can go back to
Yeah.
Right.
living.
Eating like crap.
You
and-
just gotta live it. Like,
See, that's like, I don't have an end game with this. Like, there's stuff I want to do, but as
Yeah.
far as like where I want my body to be, I don't have an end game, and I don't want to have an end game.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I get an end game, I'm going to get there and be like, well,
Yeah, and that's
Pizza Hut, here I come.
Right, that's the toughest pill to swallow. Right there is that like this thing that you're doing is
it's for
Forever.
life. Yeah, if you want
Yeah.
to stay this way. It's-
yeah.
And actually, a good end game would be live longer.
yeah.
Like, I make it to my 90s.
Well, if you stay healthy like that, and my God, like you get to retirement age, and that's going to feel and look so much different than if you've been just abusing your body in a negative way your entire life.
I remember we were working out last year before my surgery, and I was like Travis, I had 1 foot in. And this time, I feel like we're both more committed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still get them same excuses. The 5 minutes I'm laying in bed, everything. And I could tell you 1,000 excuses why I shouldn't go to the gym, but maybe part of it's from listening to that crazy ass's book, but I just
Yeah.
get up. If you can just tell yourself to get up, you can make it to the gym.
Yeah. Well, I think, I know some people are different with, how they feel when they want to go work out. You like to go alone. And I think I used to go alone all the time, but I think having you go with me is like an extra layer of motivation for me, because I don't want to send that text like, oh, I'm not going to be there.
You feel like the biggest piece of shit.
Yeah. You feel like a pussy.
Yeah.
Halftime when the alarm clock's going off at 4 a.m., that's what I'm telling myself.
Yeah.
Get up, pussy.
I think my biggest motivation right now, besides like the results I'm seeing, is I'm piecing together my own gym with my buddy Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
So we're literally finding new equipment and we're piecing all this together, and it's like more of a motivation, more of a reason to just drive down the road and do it, because it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to go to Planet Fitness. I don't have to go over to Eric's.
Yeah.
I can go to my gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I invested this money, so if I don't go out there and do it,
Then you just wasted your
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. there's going to be a struggle, whether it's this healthy kind of struggle or the struggle of just thinking, because when you're eating McDonald's every day like I was for a long time, you're still struggling with, God, what am I doing? Or I know I shouldn't be doing that. There's going to be a struggle regardless. So you might as well struggle in the healthy way.
See, and what I learned with that, because working in an office an hour away, I eat out a lot. That's just the way it is. I don't pack as much as I should. But
Yeah.
people don't realize there's healthier alternatives to eating out. Like most days for lunch, I'll straight up go to Skyline and get a buffalo wrap.
Yeah.
It's like 450 calories, a lot of protein in that, not a lot of junk in it. I mean, it's still not baked chicken, but it's still not bad for me.
It's still
And
better than a Whopper.
It's giving me what I need.
Yeah. I'll go there and get just a straight bowl of chili.
Yeah.
It's like 400 or 500 calories, I think. I mean, that's
Like you can't
perfect.
go to Burger King and get a large Whopper and fries and a Coke. You're not going to get there, but there's healthy alternatives everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not the way it used to be.
I mean, you can get a meal from Burger King and it's 1,500 calories.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
almost your entire day.
Swamp your whole day. Did you know that you can order just like a beef patty from places like that?
Yeah, it's called carnivore style.
They just hand you a box with a burger in it. I mean,
Do you have to pay full price?
Probably.
Lex Friedman said that it's like $1.50. That's what he does all the time.
Because I know, because I'm a nerd when it comes to this kind of shit. But like I watch a lot of like the actual like wrestling documentaries of like not when they're in character, but their life how it was. And a lot of them said if they couldn't get a good meal, they would literally just stop at a drive-through restaurant, order a burger, throw the bread out the window, and just eat the patty.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
are
if that's
ways.
your only option.
Yeah.
But people just use it as excuse. Well, this is the only place I can go. There's healthier
Right.
alternatives. There's healthier alternatives at McDonald's.
Yeah, anywhere you go. Yeah.
It's just hard because they got
All this other stuff.
good looking something.
Yeah.
The only thing I crave from McDonald's is the fries.
I hate McDonald's fries.
Really? Oh, I fucking
I
love
could-
the fries.
I mean, I could sit there and eat basically I could eat 20 nuggets and
See, but
Big Mac.
what you guys might realize
problem.
now, since you're so far into it, because I realized this not too long ago. I've been eating such like good stuff and keeping the crap out. If I try to eat crap, my stomach is fucked now.
It's your gut biome changing.
I ate a fucking Oreo last night. An Oreo, just a single Oreo. My stomach killed me all night.
When I was 23 and I lost 100 pounds, I only ate chicken and rice, it seemed like the whole time. And I was on my way somewhere. I didn't have time, so I stopped at McDonald's, got a McDouble. I ate half of it and threw it away and almost puked.
Yeah.
It just
It's
tasted nasty.
crazy how your body can adapt to all that.
It's just your gut biome. I've been reading into some of that. Like, can literally change what you crave if you get used to eating good things.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like Pop, like Mountain Dew. Like I drink a Mountain Dew every now and then, like all the time. I haven't drank it in so long. If we would go out and I would get them, it don't taste the same anymore. Like it's
Tastes like
nasty.
syrup.
Yeah, it tastes like syrup and sugar.
yeah.
But I mean, that's good, I guess.
It is.
Because I don't want to go back to eating all that crap. Every now and then I'd like to eat some of that crap and not fucking feel like shit. But
Yeah.
can't have it both ways, I guess.
You just have to, like, if you do have a cheat meal, you have to tell yourself you're going to make up for it, I guess.
See, and what I've been trying to do, even because I had a cheat meal Friday, but it's not a cheat meal like you would think it's a cheat meal. Like we went to La Rosa's and I got wings.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got wings at La Rosa's. That was my cheat meal.
Yeah, you can still stay under your calories for the day.
But get something I'm craving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or instead of getting that big greasy burger, get a turkey burger or something.
Yeah. Like there's ways around it. I mean, I'm not a fucking expert on this stuff, obviously,
yeah,
but
no.
but it's working for me.
Yeah.
The stuff I'm doing is working for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like, everybody has a different way. Like, you just have to find your way.
Yeah. That's why I never tried any of these like Atkins diets and this keto diet, like,
Right.
because I got my buddy Mike Setti. He dropped a shitload of weight doing that keto.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it. I can't do it. It doesn't work for
Yeah, I
me.
tried it a couple different times too.
You just have to find. It literally comes down. Like, if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, it comes down to calories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're trying to put on muscle and stuff, you need a little extra protein. But It literally all comes down to calories.
Yeah, well, that's like what Mom was saying last week. I mean, Mom eats more bread than any person I've ever like. Bread and a little bit of protein. She doesn't eat hardly any vegetables. Doesn't like fruit. So it's like dairy and bread and some meat, and that's not going to satisfy any nutritionist out there. But
It's working for her.
yeah, Brad's a big fan of my green smoothie thing that I make all the time. It's just kale, a scoop of protein powder,
Baby shit.
what the hell? I threw a couple strawberries in and flaxseed.
This is making me gross. It's gross to me.
Seeing Danny keeps getting on me about this. I don't eat greens. I'm putting in all this protein, and there's not a whole lot of fiber going into my diet.
I gotcha.
You're not shitting at all.
I mean, it's not pleasant. So I need to do like a kind of a shake type thing or a.
It's not bad. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't care if it tastes.
You should try.
I don't care if it tastes like shit. I just need something I can choke down real quick.
You just,
This
you
tastes
just
like
down it.
shit. And then you can down it, I guess.
Plus flaxseed boosts your metabolism.
Let's see. That wouldn't be bad.
Make
I need
you one before we leave.
Okay,
That's gross.
I'll make us all one.
I'm not drinking that.
I'll make one full size and we'll divide it
we
in
gotta
three.
split it. I don't want a lot of it.
No, I'm not drinking it.
Yeah,
split
you
it
are.
two
Come
ways.
on.
You're on a
No
fucking
way.
diet, Brad. Drink
Yeah.
it.
I'm already at my calorie limit.
Okay.
I haven't even.
You
eaten.
just burned probably over 1,000 calories on the elliptical this morning.
Yeah, I can't afford to put that extra calories in me.
Are you guys doing any intermittent fasting?
He has been.
I did a 24-hour this past week. It wasn't as hard as I thought.
It's not.
Like, there's a moment where you get like, God damn, I'm starving. But once you get past it, it kind of goes away in a way.
Mine, because I'm real bad about eating dinner late, so I probably eat at like 8:30. And then I probably won't eat again until lunch. So that's, what is that, 12, 60, about 16-hour fast.
Yeah, that 16 number I think is the number a lot of people go on.
But see, I do that. I don't have to try to do that because
Yeah.
I'm not a breakfast person.
Because you're just skipping breakfast is basically all
Like
it is.
I really need to hit like some type of shake or something in the morning, some type of smoothie.
Well, when are you working out? In the evening?
Evenings.
Okay.
Evenings, I hit a protein shake and then my pre-workout and my pump. Yep, I'm that guy.
No, I drank the smoothie on my way to work because we work out real early, and I feel like $1 million after it.
See, I need something light like that.
It ain't light.
Well, something I can drink on
looks-
my way to work, choke it down.
It's not that
It
bad.
looks like sludge. You know, on the Ninja Turtles when they steal
Secret
that?
of the Ooze.
Yeah, it looks like ooze.
Really?
It's gross.
Are you making it right?
It don't look
No.
like it.
I know Danny's made me the smoothies with like strawberries, bananas, and all that stuff in it. They weren't horrible. I'm just not a fruit person. I hate. This is gonna sound ridiculous. I hate natural flavors.
Oh, I'm there with you.
See. Yeah. So being on a diet is fucking hard.
Yeah. So, I mean, so what vegetables are you down in then?
So what?
None?
What? What are they?
Green beans? Anything?
What?
Oh, okay. All right.
I take my vitamins. I take all that stuff. But no, I need to get. Still, I don't have a healthy gut.
So what are you eating then? Just purely protein?
No, protein, and then I get my grains from the wrap because I never eat chicken plain. I eat them in a wrap. I have this fiber type bread. I try to keep eating stuff like that, and I get it's a lot of protein. Like I'm saying, my diet's not perfect, and it wouldn't work for most people.
It doesn't have to be.
I need to get my gut healthy though. It would help me out so much.
It's probably working for you, what you're trying to accomplish anyway.
Yeah, but I need grains. I need to just suck it up and not act like a 3-year-old and eat grains. Just choke down a salad.
Are you saying greens or grains?
Greens.
Greens.
Greens. Green beans and kale and
Kale's gross.
Just mix it up into something that you like and just down it.
see.
You'll be all right.
If I can just get it all into a drink, I'll be fine. Choke it down real quick.
I'll make you one of these bad boys here in a
All right.
second.
My stomach's turning over thinking about this thing.
It's the texture that you got to get past.
See, that's what's gonna hurt me.
My biggest thing is texture with food.
Yeah, I try to put more water than like the recipe I found or whatever it calls for, just so that it's a little bit smoother.
What are your guys' lifts? Are you just doing the normal 3 lifts, deadlift, squat, bench?
We don't do deadlifts because we jacked up my back.
Yeah,
But we do. Yeah, I mean we do bench and squats, and then just a combination of legs and arms. Which I realize that we need to add a couple of leg workouts to our leg day because we aren't getting to them.
Like curls or something. Yeah, those suck.
Yeah.
Everything we do at the gym just sucks ass, man.
See, I like all the lifts except for legs. I can't squatting. I hate squatting. I always have. Like you throw me a lift, I'm in love with it. I love doing it.
I don't mind squats too bad, but it just seems like there's a lot of lifts that we do that just suck. Especially,
I agree.
Shoulders.
Dude, my favorite one. We do these
Shoulders is rough.
we do these burn sets.
Yeah, them are the worst fucking things.
I actually like these a lot because I like to feel like they're the ones that make you sore afterwards. And I like to have that little reminder that I went to the gym.
Oh, yeah, no, I feel
So I'm sure you're like 6 combo thing. I'm sure you're sore as shit after that.
That's like a super burn.
I'm
set.
kind of interested in that. Maybe we would jump to that at some point.
Just
But
make it worse. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you add your own. Because it originally there was 2 more workouts it has on it, but I haven't added them to it yet. After your squats, you go into lunges, 10 on each leg,
Lunges.
and then right before you break, you put the weight down and you burpee it out for like a minute. And I forgot, you start all these sets out with push-ups to failure.
oof.
So I forgot the most important part.
So you're burnt out before
You're burnt out
even
before
start.
you even go. Like push-ups to failure. I'm talking those quick to go up, down, up, down, up, down, and don't count. Just go until your arms can't move.
Let's not add that.
Well, that's the basis of it. Like that I do. You have to do that. That's the basis of it.
No, I mean, let's not do any of that. That sounds hard.
I promise you, you
why we should
will
be doing it.
You will feel like complete shit the next
I
day.
bet. You just sore all over.
Danny had to basically punch me in the back for like an hour. My back was one complete knot. But even lifting heavy, I didn't get any of that from that. That workout killed.
Yeah, I like the burn sets, which they're all like 40 reps. Sometimes we do
2 sets.
2 sets of it, but usually it's just one like really long set, and you're just cooked afterwards.
I usually end it with in my days with failure sets. Like if I'm doing chest and arms, I'll do bicep curls to failure. Just keep going until I can't fucking move my arms.
I like failure sets, but these, it's like you get to failure and then you got fucking 15 more.
Right. I like to have the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have stopped at 30.
I would have stopped way earlier.
But we're probably only at 40%. We could probably do another
Not me.
60.
Yeah, I could push farther, but
You could probably curl for 17 hours if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
If you really tried.
Yeah.
Stay hard.
yeah, if I was a fucking lunatic.
Pussy.
See, I would like to try that one day. I mean, I'm talking like 15, 20 pound bar and just see how many curls I can do,
Yeah.
and just see if I can go for like a half an hour just doing straight curls.
Just bench press the bar as long as you possibly can.
That would get tiring quick.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that
so
would.
if you're working with an actual Olympic bar,
Yeah.
them things are 45 pounds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
we do what's that one where we lift it in front of us?
Oh, these things.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, you just take the bar and you just go straight out like it's the
Like
shoulder.
lifting up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I forget
gotcha.
what they're called, but yeah,
I
those
don't do
kill.
those.
Yeah, them hurt my shoulder pretty bad.
But see, my luck, I try to curl for half an hour, I tear a bicep.
Yeah.
I'm not David Goggins. I can't chill out and because I tore a bicep. Like I still gotta go to work tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he ain't gonna chill out. He's gonna go curl.
Yeah.
Half a bicep.
Because I have, it was a few years back. Right here, I don't think I tore it. I pulled it really bad. The muscle right here, and literally I had a black bruise from here all the way to here. I was just doing dumbbell presses at home, and then I hear a pop, and my entire arm got hot.
Oh,
And then the next day I woke up and it was all black right there.
you did something.
So that's the only time I've ever hurt myself, I think. I tweak my shoulder every now and then because I got a bad shoulder. But
That's the one bad downside to lifting is
Injuries.
possible injury. Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to find different shit to do after you're
Yeah.
injured. We really messed up when your shoulder thing happened. We just quit going altogether.
Yeah.
And I had no reason to not go. You at least had an excuse.
A weak one. I still could have went.
Yeah, we still could have gone every day and
Yeah, did
jumped on the
legs every
elliptical.
week
Yeah,
and
I mean, we could have done
cardio.
some. Yeah, but we didn't. So
Piece of
But it's-
shit.
stay hard.
Yeah, we went way soft.
I wonder how
Yeah.
much Goggins would charge to personally train somebody.
Dude, I was watching. I'm glad you mentioned that. I was watching this guy that apparently his whole thing is he brings all these different characters in to live with him for a month. Guess who he brings in is
David
David
Goggins?
Goggins. And he had I forget, like he had like some like not the Dalai Lama, but like some like big religious person in with him for a month. But yeah, when he said he like messaged David Goggins and he was like, "Motherfucker, if you're crazy enough to message me to come live with you for a month, motherfucker, I'm in." Shows up and he has one little like gym bag. That's all he brought. And he was just describing the living hell that he lived through for a month. Like, this is just a normal guy. This would be like him coming living with us. And he said that he woke him up in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. one night, and he's like, "We're going on a 4-mile run." He's like right now? He's like, "It's pouring down rain." He's like, "We're going to run in on a 4-mile run right now. And then in 4 hours, we're going to do it again. And then in 4 more hours, we're going to do it again. And we're going to do that for 48 hours." This guy's like half asleep. He's like, dude, he's like, "Dude, I gotta work today." He's like, "No, the fuck you don't." He's like, "We're doing this for 48 hours. So they get up and run. And that's at a good pace. It's going to take like 40 minutes. So then you're only down to, 3 hours and 20 minutes before your next 4-mile run.
That should be a reality show.
Yeah.
I'd watch
David
that.
Goggins should have a show.
Yeah.
I'd watch the
It'd be
shit
awesome.
out of that.
Let's message him, see if he'll come live with us for a month.
Fuck that.
He can live with you.
Yeah.
I'll visit.
No way.
Come on, man. How bad do you really want to lose this weight? Let's go.
Not that bad. He wouldn't let me eat anything.
No, he talks about eating like Subway sandwiches and stuff. Like,
I've really never heard him talk about his diet.
He talks real briefly on the Rogan, one of his Rogan episodes, where he's like, I'm a simple dude. He's like, just give me a gym and give me a Subway sandwich and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I feel like he talked about it in the book, but I can't really remember it.
You're on 200 miles. It doesn't matter what you eat, bro.
Yeah, you're burning that shit.
You can eat 3 pizzas a day.
When he was in Bud's, the doctors told him, if you see a pie on the table, eat the pie. Like, eat as many calories as you can because you're going to be burning so many you'll never be ahead.
Yeah.
And then when he did Army Ranger School, they basically don't give you enough food. So, like, any little bit you get, you just throw it down.
Well, now we have our own shameful motivator. I had a guy that I used to work with that has since retired that always said shame is a powerful motivator. So now we can't. We've already talked this. We can't go back in 2 months and be going back to McDonald's once a week like I was.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was ashamed of his legs like when he was young, so he cut all of his shorts up super high to where everybody could
Yep.
see him.
Arnold also says, though, if it jiggles, it's fat. Fuck Arnold.
David Goggins' titties.
Yeah, they were
that's when
they were
runs.
bouncing like real bad. Arnold, there's one I always watch. I watch every now and then. It's on Netflix. Is it Generation Iron, the first one? The first one. It's more about Arnold when he was doing the bodybuilding. That dude was insane.
Is that when he was meeting Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah,
Yeah, I watched that. That's a good one.
I haven't watched another good one. Good lifter and bodybuilder is Ronnie Coleman.
That dude is scary.
Is that
he
the-
looks like a fucking demon.
Lightweight,
Is
baby.
Is that the big black dude?
Yeah.
That does like chin ups at the beach and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Muscle Beach and all that.
Yeah, he's terrifying.
Yeah, he like rips people that eat a bunch of sodium. He's like, don't you want these striations?
Yeah, look at this dude.
Wait, this might not be the right guy I was
Hold on.
thinking of.
This is why I like him. He's kind of like the stay hard.
I've seen this guy, but it's not the guy I'm thinking of.
Look, 200-pound dumbbell presses, 200 pounds in each hand.
He don't even have anybody helping him to get him up.
Ronnie Coleman, lightweight.
Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Yeah, baby. Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Oh.
The spotter's jacked, and he's like
Half a
third of the
size.
size.
Bro, come on, man. Yeah, baby. Score! Come on!
Oh, you're a bunch of animals.
Look at that fucking bar
Oh
bend.
my god.
Lightweight.
Look at that calculator.
Plus the sled. That's just another 50 or 100 pounds.
They're trying to figure out how much weight he just lifted.
That was an 800-pound deadlift, by the way.
This is
Look at that leg press.
Leg press machines are scared.
yeah.
You could get real hurt real quick.
Collapse yourself. No.
See, I want to work out with with guys like this. He just unlocked it.
No.
Where's that dumbbell press at?
I can just feel his knees about to snap.
There we go.
Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby.
400 pounds right there.
Yeah. All right.
You gotta psych yourself up for that.
Look at that.
Imagine dropping that just right there.
Okay, but I have no desire to have muscles like that.
No,
Well, no. I don't. And come on, there's steroids to be had in there.
yeah.
No, I have no desire to get that big.
I was telling him at the gym this morning, I just have a desire to have a body style of like a tennis player. Just like a
Like
lean with-
Serena.
yeah, like Serena.
And now,
I just want to be able to squash watermelon between my legs. No. No, just like a lean, like 175, 180 would be great.
and there's him now. All the injuries and everything from lifting,
yeah.
he can't even walk anymore. So many back surgeries and
Looks
stuff.
like a baby arm.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean it does some shit to your body.
Most of them guys don't even live much after 40.
So yeah,
Yeah, there's a point where this gets unhealthy.
oh yeah.
It'll be
I
interesting
mean,
to
they're
see.
over 300 pounds. Even if it's
Yeah.
muscle, that's on your heart.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if, like Goggins will have like negative effects on his health.
I don't know. You would think they would be there by now.
Yeah, I have to imagine it is.
Because I don't even know. Let me see how old Ronnie Coleman is.
I mean, just his heart. He's already got problems with his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And he's stressing it out every single day.
Yeah.
Well, Ronnie Coleman's 55.
Kai Green.
Yeah, but that's not that old, man.
No. But it happens to all of them. I mean, Arnold looks like shit nowadays too. I mean, I don't care how much movies try to make him up. I mean, he looks better than Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
You know who C.T. Fletcher is?
Yeah, oh
Yes.
fuck yes.
He had a bunch of heart issues too.
Yeah, I don't think he can't lift anymore, can he?
I don't know. He's a lot smaller than he used to be. But he was who I used to listen to before I knew who Goggins was. He's like the strength version of Goggins.
I command you to grow. And when I say grow, motherfucker, you have no choice. You have no option. You must
See, but he's like
fuck your
Ronnie
excuse.
Coleman's like big bodybuilder. He's like
your guy.
scary fucking big. Like he can still beat the fuck out of you big.
They are meaningless.
This is your wake-up call, motherfucker. This is your week.
He
to
should be
make
the
it
next
happen.
Mr. T.
Wake up to Hercules in you.
Oh my god.
Imagine bumping into him at a bar.
If he walks up and slaps your wife on the ass, what do you do?
Give her to him.
Yeah. She just got slapped. Sorry.
What did you do to deserve that? Well, this has been fun. I got shit to do today.
Yeah.
We're about an hour and a half into this.
Are we?
It seemed like it was getting pretty long.
Yeah. I don't got anything to do. Just gotta watch my Bearcats lose probably.
Oh, shit. They're about to start. We do got to get out of here.
Okay, we do. Let's find one more.
All right,
One more, David.
we'll end it on this.
Okay.
All right.
Once again, not every message I have is for everybody. So as weaker, soft people out there who want to pick apart the messages, just tune it out. Life ain't about medals, ain't about fucking certificates, it ain't about houses, money, cars, fame, all that bullshit. It's about scars. So when you get judged, when everything is said and done with, you won't get judged on your medals. You get judged on your scars. Those scars show your willingness to get to the other side. They show your failures. They show your willingness to start from scratch. They show what you're willing to do to go the distance, to see what you're capable of. So make sure in life, don't be afraid to get scars. Stay hard.